Hey guys, welcome to Gearheads.
So today we're going to be installing frame rails on my Miata.
Now I feel like we've done this before.
And we have, because on my white Miata, which you guys might have seen, the one that had gotten wrecked, we pulled those ones off of it, and amazingly, they actually were not bent at all. I couldn't believe it. The whole car was crunched, but the frame rails were good. This is really a good handling mod that you can do to your car. When you're going around corners, it lets your suspension do its job better by keeping the chassis itself from flexing and swaying. It also kind of makes the car more comfortable to drive. It doesn't kind of rattle as much and shift around when you're going over bumps and whatnot. So anyways, this is a lot of fun. It's not a hard mod to do, but I do recommend doing it with 2 people. With 2 people, you can probably do this job like, what, we do an hour and a half last time?
An hour.
There you go, about an hour. For the record, we're installing Flyin Miata frame rails today on my car, and those are good ones to go with. Another option I've seen that I'm sure is really good quality because all the stuff they sell is good, and they're cheaper than the Flyin Miata ones, is a V8 Roadster. So you can look that up on Google and go to their website, and they have some too. I think for the V8 Roadster ones, they're only like 120 bucks or so, and the Flyin Miata ones are 180, close to 200 bucks. That's off the top of my head though, so I'll put the link in the description to both of those, and check them out. So let's get started.
All right.
Okay, so you don't have to take your steering wheel off, and you do not have to take the top off the car like I did. Got it. All right. But it does make it easier to reach everything in the car. All right, first thing we need to do is pull the seats out of the car, and then we're gonna have to pull out the rocker panel covers here and some of the carpet. But to pull the seats out of the car, the easiest thing to do is slide them back all the way first. Getting number 14, you can use a socket. I like using a ratcheting wrench. And this one's loose. Let me get this one loose. All right, front 2 bolts are completely out. Now slide your seat all the way forward. And now you should be able to easily reach the back ones.
All right, you guys, now that you got the seats out, go ahead and take off the rocker panels or the kicker panels, and all you're gonna need is a Phillips head screwdriver.
Most rocker panels just screw in and out, but mine had these screws holding it in up here, and then it actually had some double-sided tape holding in the bottom part of it. So just keep that in mind. But now that we got the corners off the rocker panels here, we need to take off the lower seat belt mount. And this will allow you to pull your carpet the rest of the way back. On the driver's side though, there's one more thing you need to do, and you need to go down here to the clutch dead pedal, and there is 2 number 10 bolts holding that in. Done. All right, so all the carpet's out of the car. Now we're ready to put the frame rails in. So after the car's lifted up as it is now, you're going to need a 5/16 drill bit if you're using the Flyin Miata hardware like we are. If you're using another company stuff, just make sure you have the right size drill bit, slightly larger than the bolts that you're going to be putting through. And then I've got the frame rails over here, which, as I said before, are amazingly straight and perfect considering the terrible accident they were in. And then we've got our hardware down here. So we already separated the hardware, and I have a box for the person that's going to be on the bottom, and then we have a box over here for whoever's on top with nuts and washers. Also, you're gonna need a can of spray paint like primer, or Rust-Oleum works fine. So let me explain how this is gonna work real quick. You've got one person underneath the car, which is gonna be me, and you lift the frame rails up into place around the stock ones, I'll show you, and I drill a hole through, and then from the top, whoever's on top, we just spray some primer in that hole so you don't get any rusting on that bare metal that you just cut. And then I run a bolt up, Matt screws the nut on from the top, and washer on each of those as well. And then you just go down the whole line doing it like that. It's really simple, it's easy with 2 people, so let's get it done. All right, so we're underneath the passenger side of the car, and the first thing you need to do is go over here to your fuel lines and take off this guy here and then this one back here. They're both 10 millimeters. Okay, now that those are off, let's lift them up and pull them back. There we go. And then for the moment, just pop them off so they're not in your way. All right, there's that one. All right, now depending on the condition of your car's frame rails, if these are in good shape, you can just slip that frame rail right on up. But these ones are not perfect, and it's really common for a lot of them not to be that great. So you're just gonna need a sledgehammer, and there's a few spots you'll notice are sticking out a little bit. So let me. All right, after hammering away at those a little bit, it looks like this is straight enough now, so let's go ahead and pick the frame rail up. Slip it under the fuel lines on the edge here. All right, now you might need your hammer again, just to get it up on there. All right, now that I hammered the frame rail up here and my hearing is gone, yeah, using a sledgehammer under the car. Now the only thing left to check is about how far forward or back you need it to go. So you can tap it on the front or the back with a sledgehammer to place it where you need it. And this actually looks about perfect. Come up over on this side, Matt, actually. So to find out how far forward you want to place it, you'll see this seam going right here. And I'm even with that seam on this corner.
Alright you guys, now that Jesse has the hole in the bottom of the car, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and spray it with a little bit of this Rust-Oleum. And I'm going to go ahead and drop the bolt with a washer down into the hole.
All right, and then Matt drops that bolt through. I just get this nut started on it. Oh, come on, baby. All right, and I've got my socket down here, and now he's just going to tighten it from the top. And I will double check it real quick. There we go. Now that we got this one installed, and then we got this one installed too, I'm actually just going to go ahead, since this is held in place solid now in the right spot, I'm going to go ahead and drill out all the rest of these holes real quick. And then after they're all drilled out, Matt and I can just go through and drop the bolts through, spray them, and tighten them all down, and that'll be really quick for this side. Woo, we got some carpet with that one. Yeah. Alright, so I just wanted to show you guys, while Matt was up there dropping the screws through and bolting them down, I was just down here getting the nut started and holding it with the socket on the other side. The fuel lines are just a little bit in the way. You just got to kind of pry them apart and then get that washer and nut started, and then it's easier if the person on top tightens it down most of the way. Now though, we're going to go ahead and mount our fuel lines back up, and this is what Flyin Miata has on their frame rail kit. They have two studs welded on here with little 10mm nuts, and they want you to attach your factory lines back like this, and they want you to bend them, or they want you to bend this out flat so that you can just attach it up like that and then bolt it on. So what I'm going to do is actually go out of under the car and bend it with the hammer real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just went over and flattened these out, and now I'm going to stick this on right there. I'm going to put the nut on. Come on, babe. There we go. Just get it started. I'll tighten it back down in a second. And then I'm gonna just pop these lines back into place one at a time. There we go, and that's how your fuel lines will mount now. So just tighten that up with the 10mm and then do the exact same thing down here with this stud and you're good to go. All right guys, so we've got that one frame rail on, and now Matt and I are going to trade spots, and he's gonna go ahead and go on the bottom to get the other side done. And the process is exactly the same. It's just easier because you don't have to deal with the fuel lines in your way. So just do the exact same thing on this side, and then we're ready to start putting it back together. All right, they're all in. We're gonna go ahead and just fold the carpet back down, slip it up under the trim panels, and start putting everything back together. All right guys, thanks for watching. We had fun, and that was a pretty dang quick and easy job. And it's something that actually does make a really noticeable difference with the way the car handles. So this is something that's not too expensive, it's quick and easy to do, and makes a noticeable difference. And this is one of those jobs that you probably definitely want to try out if you have the opportunity. So anyways, if you guys have questions, just leave us a comment or tell us what you think. Also, please like and subscribe. We really appreciate all you guys hanging out with us and just following along with this build.
Have a good night, guys. Thanks for watching. And remember, keep wrenching.